Life is inhabited by millions of residents from all around the globe. And there are just three elements to Second Life. There's the world, the creation, and the marketplace. The world itself, thousands of new residents join each day, and it's free. From the moment you enter the world, you discover a vast digital continent teeming with people, entertainment, experiences and opportunity. Once you've explored a bit, perhaps your brain will start tick-tocking. Now, how can I make money at this? And then there's the creations themselves. Thousands, and you'll be surrounded by creations from your fellow residents in this creation, because residents, the term that's used to talk about anyone in this digital landscape, retain the right to their digital creations as they trade with other residents. Under the Linden Lab terms and conditions, residents retain all intellectual property rights on the original content they create, including avatar characters, clothing, scripts, textures, objects and designs. The result is a vibrant marketplace of Second Life content. If you create it, you can sell it, you can trade it, you can even give it away for free, subject, of course, to Linden Lab's terms and conditions. So Second Life, it's a 3D social network, it's 3D Skype, it's 3D conference calling. When this screenshot was taken, the residents online was 59,783 at that point in time. I'm not completely sure how Second Life is going to behave, so I'm going to just introduce to you a few interface elements before we go in world. Just like a social network, you have a friends list. People you meet, you add them to your friends list, and this is where they appear. If they're in world, at any point, this shows who is online at that point in time, and then the rest of them list in alphabetical order who isn't online. The other thing to know in Second Life that gets you around is the equivalent of your right mouse click, how you interact with the world. And this tastily is called the pie chart. Each section of the pie menu allows you to do a different thing, whether it's touch something, sit on something, create, edit. And these are just the options that you're given for this particular object that you've touched. There's profiles. Those. And at any point, if you come across someone, you can right-click on them, choose to look at their profile, and the information that they've put in there for you, you get to see. So this particular character is 57 Miles, who is the CEO of Clever Zebra, who are a company who are very much active in Second Life. And along the top, you've got an option of website. So if you've got a branded website, you can actually link to that, which will appear in that screen, so you don't have to go outworld to see websites. Interesting places that you've seen, pics that you want to draw people to, classifieds, things about your first life, and the notes. The notes are only ever visible to you, so no one else can see what you write about anybody else. But the interesting thing about pics is if you see anyone and you look at them, they will have put what their interesting places are. So if you don't know where to go or you're stuck for places to jump to, that's a good place to start to see what everyone else thinks is good. And then, of course, you've got local chat. You can talk to the people next to you. There's instant messaging, which you can instant message across the Second Life world, and voice calling. So if you've got a headset, you can 3D conference call. There's group messages, just like Facebook, just like any social media platform, you can join groups. And once you've got people joining those groups, you can then message them, you can promote to them, you can invite them to events. And here we've got a social one, which is the Raven's Court, which is very much a whole sim, which has people living there. People have flats, and it's a social world. It's got a nightclub, it's got shops. And then this group here, this is the Metaverse Home Hub, which the people who I communicate in terms with this, I've only ever met in real life. I keep meaning to get in to see what their business stuff is going on about, but there's lots of business meetings taking place across the world that use this particular location. And then, of course, every world needs a map. And on this map, every single green dot that you can see is a real person. This is only a small section of the map that I could get on the screen. And then from here, you can see where the world is. You can either double click on the map and transport to that place at will. You can actually go to landmarks themselves, which are set up here. So you've got the blind teleport, where you can just click and see where you end up. Or you've got landmarks. And then, of course, the search facilities. Now, we're actually going to go into Second Life. So this is where we see if the network is going to let us get in. This is the screen you get first of all, and we can see there at the moment there are 51,553 people in world. The time is 11:02 a.m. It's San Francisco time, so you have to work that out. So to access Second Life, you need to download and install the application from the Second Life website. You create your avatar and away you go. It sounds so easy, but getting off Orientation Island can be very tricky. You usually appear in the last place that you logged out, or your home base if you have one. Second Life usually allocates you one when you sign up. And now I have a note that says, wait until screen reses. Is it going to let us in? Anyway, we're going to do a tour of Zavaga. A Second Life resident called Lucas Zavagas spent a year creating this island. It has a functioning ecosystem in which the wind, the birds and the bees are all crucial to the continued growth of the plants and animals. It is said that if you can feed the birds and you can watch the grass grow. So when we're in, this is Katie, or the back of her. Let's see if I can get rid of the chat. We'll just have to ignore anything that comes up. And this is when you get interesting conversations, because people who know I'm online, because I've been twittering about this for I don't know how long. So we could get some interesting conversations coming up, because all the people are live. And just to show you the friends, those are the people, actually 57 Miles is online at the moment. These are the people that are live online at the moment.
That you know?
Yes, yeah. That are on my friends list. So we'll close that. So this is Katie. Unfortunately, you can only see her from the back unless I zoom in the camera. But you are essentially your avatar. The skin you wear, the clothes, your shape, the colour of your eyes, the way you stand, and the way you move. Interactivity, but it has 5 senses, and that's one thing that Second Life doesn't have, the 5 senses. It only has 2.